Olegario, I see you're a very successful man. You practically have all that a person may want in life. Tell me.
Take the reins once and for all. Live your own life. Can't you see that the man loves you? He's always after you.
Yes, but then...
To clear the air with him, is that so hard to do?
Mr. Olegario, my daughter. Huh? What did you do with her? What did you do with Amparo?
Daddy, where's Ruben? What did you do to him, Daddy? How is he?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Amparo!
I really wish a day will come when we can all speak in one voice as classmates.
Hey, girlfriend, don't let anyone step on your freedom of expression.
Moving on swiftly.
Aingalwa bana imagine vitengeza hapo new couples wenye mapenzi yao bado ni moto moto.
Leave alone couples. Some of our bodies do not look well in vitenges. We can all see that, duh.
Chantel has a nice figure, huh? Oops. Did I say that aloud?
That is a hit song. That is a love hit song.
Sitoki kwako mpaka ile siku najisikia kutoka sawa. Na usiniulize swali.
Can we just have this between us?
Mimi nafikiria ni vizuri tuandike kijana mikono.
Hata mimi ndio wakati mwingine najiuliza, hii bidii yangu yote ni ya nini? Mimi sitaki fujo.
Too late for that.
Ibu nibishi nipite.
Kaya mogo ukiakula mahali unaenda.
Twende.
Itabidi uzoe. Kishaenda ishaenda. You know your sister is not normal, right? Ule mtu akujua anaweza kukuamini, lakini mimi nakujua, tena kujua vizuri sana. Na najua wewe ni kiumbe cha aina gani.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with this.
Then I'll have to take drastic measures.
How drastic?
Very drastic.
All right, welcome to Good Morning Kenya. Today being a Thursday, it is Entertainment Thursday, the 25th of this month. How are you doing? We are glad that you have chosen us to start off your morning. My name is Vivian Ndegwa, and we have, okay, today we might not have too much matters entertainment because we will be headed to Parliament any moment from around 7:30 a.m. for the Bunge Tower's official opening, but we're also going to be playing you some music, of course, because that is what my DJ is here for. DJ Unique,
yes.
What's up?
I'm good.
Yeah,
how have you been?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today mmeniambia mnanipeleka bunge, but hata kama bado tuko bunge bado musically I'm still with you today. I have a great music, great new music lined up for you. Kuna pia Njarea na Watendawili, they have a new song that they have already released. Kuna Brida, akona Deadly, a very nice song.
Yeah.
Kuna Fena Gitu na Ben Soul, akona a new song inaitwa Keki. KRG The Dawn, akona song inaitwa Serikali. And more of those songs, I'll be playing them.
Yeah, we love that, and we cannot wait to get to listen to all the music releases that have been released over the week. Now we also have Marie in the building. Marie, good morning.
Well, a very good morning to you, Vivian and DJ Unique. Very good morning also to you joining us from wherever you are across the country. My name is Marie Ambo, and I'll be bringing you up to speed with what is happening in the news. Apart from what just Vivian has already alluded to, that this is going to be the official opening of the Bunge Towers that has taken almost close to 14 years, Vivian, imagine.
Yeah,
I'm wondering.
Since 2010?
Since 2010.
Yeah, it's been under construction since 2010.
Exactly. And members of parliament have also been raising issues of safety in as far as that building is concerned. And so, well, Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, did appear before Parliament and did assure them that everything is okay. But all in all, it will be open today. President William Ruto is expected to preside over the official opening of the Bunge Towers. All that will be brought to you live on KBC Channel 1 later on during our coverage. And also in this bulletin this morning, we bring you an update of the floods. 4 people have perished so far, you know, due to the floods that have been you know, wreaking havoc across the country. We also had a memorial service held for 6 Kenya Air Force soldiers who perished last Thursday together with the country's CDF. You remember that particular story and that tragedy. I'll be bringing you up to speed with all that. But let's begin with the floods update, where 4 people have lost their lives as a result of flooding in Nairobi County. According to the County Governor Johnson Sakaja, such efforts are ongoing to locate 6 others reported missing. In Machakos County, as a result of floods at Kwa Mangeli slums in Athi River. The floods caused by heavy downpour on Tuesday night left behind a trail of destruction in several parts of the country, rendering several roads impassable. The Kenya Meteorological Department has warned that the heavy rains are expected to continue over several parts of the country. Alvi Kaunda with more.
This was the aftermath of heavy downpour in different parts of the country on Tuesday night. Kibra, Lindi, Mathare 4A and Mathare North, Babadogo, Githurai and Zimmerman were the most affected areas in Nairobi. According to Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, 4 lives have been lost.
Where the structures need to be cleared, they must be cleared, no matter whose it is. And that's why I've thanked those in the informal settlements have been more cooperative. But those higher up in Kileleshwa, in Lavington, in Kilimani, we will just have to use force, unfortunately, because it is about saving lives. Tafadhali msingoje kusongeshwa. Kama pali huko, jana kulinyesha, unafikiri leo ni safe, leo labda mvua itakuwa zaidi.
The county government has embarked on unblocking of drainage systems in all its 17 sub-counties in the city and offering humanitarian aid to over 60,000 people affected by floods. Along Thika Road, travelers were stranded for hours when the Kahawa Sukari section was flooded. Motorists were forced to use the wrong side of the road, leading to a traffic snarl-up that lasted more than 5 hours. The raging floods also rendered a section of Namanga Road impassable after River Athi burst its banks, submerging the only bridge that connects the road to Mombasa Road.
Tumekuja hapa saa 9 usiku. Gari hapa imekunywa maji. Paka saa hii hatujatoka, bado tujalitahidi.
Matatizo kwa hata wenye wanaenda class, kama kuna wenye nimepeleka wanachelewa na mtihani. So imetuadhiri sana.
Watu wanateseka sana, maji imefurika, daraja imefunikwa na maji. Tafadhali tunaomba serikali tusaidie.
Mashida watu tumepata leo, hatujaipata kwa karibu kama miaka 20 imepita. Inaonekana drainage ya nchi inastahili angaliwe kwa umakinifu sana.
In Athi River Township, a large section was marooned by floods, leaving dozens of families, Kasoito slums, marooned in their homes. Athi River Sub-County Commissioner Patrick Mwangi said the flood claims 2 lives at Kwamangeli slums.
Unasikia county inaambia watu muhame. Hii kuhama watu wanahama wapi? Ni mzuri kuwa na mikakati mizuri ya tukiambia watu wahame, tunajua wanahamia wapi.
The Kenya Red Cross, that is leading multi-agency rescue operations across the country, says 18 people, 7 of them being children, have been rescued at Mbradi in Mathare 4A estate in Nairobi. The Kenya Meteorological Department says heavy rains will for the next 5 days continue pounding parts of the highlands east and west of the Rift Valley, the Lake Victoria Basin, the Rift Valley, the southeastern lowlands, the coast, the northwestern and northeastern Kenya.
Former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani and Marsabit Governor Ali Mohammed have been interrogated over alleged embezzlement of 8.2 billion shillings from Marsabit County government. Yatani was arrested on Wednesday morning by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission detectives. The EACC detectives have also seized computers, documents and 2 safes from the former Treasury Cabinet Secretary, which they claim contain crucial documents. Here is Abdiaziz Hashim with the full report.
Early Wednesday morning, sleuths from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC carried out a sting operation at the homes and offices of former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani and Marsabit Governor Ali Mohammed.
The commission conducted operations in properties belonging to the former governor of Marsabit, that is Ukur Yatani, and the current governor of Marsabit, Mohammed Ali Mohamud, together with the top officials in the county government.
The sleuths are seizing computers, documents and 2 safes in the raids they conducted at Yatani's home and office. While Yatani was picked from his Nairobi home, Mohamud was arrested in Marsabit. The two said to have been involved in the alleged embezzlement of 8.2 billion shillings from Marsabit County. One after the other, they were brought to the Integrity Center for questioning, while a similar task was being conducted by detectives in Marsabit, where the governor was taken to EACC's regional offices in Isiolo County to record a statement in regards to the allegations leveled against him.
I know you are aware of cases involving 8.2 billion Kenya shillings. We have another one involving 1.9 billion Kenya shillings, and there are several others that we are yet to compute, but there are allegations of massive looting of public funds in the county government of Marsabit.
However, Siaya Governor James Orengo argues that the former CS and governor were not arrested but came before the commission to assist in investigations.
The governor and the cabinet secretary, Yatani, is not under arrest. He has not been confronted with any charges at all for the entire period we have been here.
Waziri Ukur Yatani is here to assist with the investigation, not as a suspect, not as an arrestee.
The 9 suspects, including the former Marsabit governor, that is Ukur Yatani, as well as the current one, Ali Mohammed, are expected to appear before the commission once more next week as investigation continues. Abdiaziz Hashim from EACC headquarters in Nairobi County.
Thank you, Abdiaziz Hashim. The Kenya Air Force held a memorial service at the Moi Air Base in Eastleigh in Nairobi in honor of 6 soldiers who perished in the helicopter crash last Thursday. Kenya Air Force Commander Major General John Omenda, who led colleagues in paying tribute to the fallen soldiers, expressed confidence that the team of experts appointed to investigate the accident will unravel the cause of the accident, and also claimed the life of Kenya's Chief of Defense Forces, that is General Francis Ogola. Giverson Minor attended the service and filed the following report.
Family, friends and colleagues on Wednesday gathered at the Moi Air Base barracks in Eastleigh, Nairobi for the Requiem Mass. Kenya Air Force Commander Major General John Omenda eulogized the deceased soldiers as dedicated, determined and dependable officers.
We pay tribute to our gallant airmen, airwomen and soldiers who lost their lives in the line of duty, serving our great nation. They have paid the ultimate price while in pursuit of peace and security for our country. They have died heroes.
The Air Force commander saying the Kenya Defense Forces has faith in the team of experts selected to probe the helicopter accident.
I have therefore constituted a team of senior officers who has been tasked to investigate the cause of the crash and give recommendations on how we will improve on our flight safety going forward.
Colonel Duncan Kitani will be buried on Saturday in Eldama Ravine, Baringo County. Major George Benson Magondo will be interned on Saturday in Kieni, Nyeri County. Aide-de-camp to Chief of Defense Forces, Captain Hilary Litali, will also be buried on Saturday in Tongaren, Bungoma County. Senior Sergeant John Murithi will be laid to rest on Friday in Kanyeki, Kirinyaga County. Security aide of the Chief of Defense Forces, Sergeant Clifford Onyango, will be buried on Friday in Lagos, Siaya County. And photographer of the Chief of Defense Forces, Sergeant Rose Nyawira, will be laid to rest on Thursday in Kagio in Kirinyaga County. Kenya Air Force Commander has eulogized the 6 fallen gallant soldiers as heroes of the Kenya Air Force, the Kenya Defense Forces and the country at large, saying their service to the nation will be remembered.
Indeed, our heartfelt sympathies goes out to the families affected. Now, President William Ruto says Kenya's journey to becoming a global industrial powerhouse is on course. The head of state says heightened investor confidence is attracting substantial foreign and local investments and elevating the country's industrial agenda. He spoke during the official opening of Jumbo Africa Auto Auction Limited at the Naivasha Special Economic Zone, the first of its kind, where Kenyans and citizens of the East African region will participate in auctions twice a month using the Kenya shillings instead of the US dollar.
At the Naivasha Special Economic Zone, launched in January this year, the Jumbo Africa Auto Auction Limited, located at the Naivasha Special Economic Zones, is opening its doors to customers intending to sell or buy vehicles. President William Ruto, while presiding over the launch, expressed confidence in Kenya's journey to becoming a global industrial powerhouse.
A year and a half ago, when we were in Nakuru County, many people were in doubt as to whether this industrial city would be a reality. I think we can confidently tell them today we meant what we said, we've kept our word, and the first investor has opened doors in Naivasha.
The head of state says the Special Economic Zones program is aimed at increasing employment, growing exports, enhancing supply and boosting Kenya's foreign exchange earnings.
Those who follow international events will record that last year Kenya was rated as the best investment destination in 2024. And so that you know that that is not just a story, before the end of this year, yet another vehicle assembler will be in this zone. They are already concluding paperwork to make sure that we will start producing electric vehicles here in Naivasha.
As we look forward to having more investors, to working together in making the ease of doing business really a reality and making sure that we attract more investors to make sure that your vision of industrializing Kenya becomes a reality.
We as a ministry, we are determined to meticulously and flawlessly execute the plan of His Excellency the President so that we can achieve his economic transformation agenda.
Being the first Japanese car auction facility in Africa, buyers will purchase vehicles using the Kenya shilling rather than the US dollar.
I know some very good work has gone on with the dollar, but you may not even need to use the dollar in this facility. So with your Kenya shilling, you don't have to struggle with finding out what the exchange rate is. Further, competitive bidding will guarantee lower prices, enhancing the savings that buyers will accrue compared with traditional purchasing and car importation processes.
The first time in this country, I don't remember any other sector, we will be trading in Kenyan shillings. So our neighbors, the African countries, have to look for Kenyan shillings for them to buy a vehicle here.
Later, President Ruto broke ground for the construction of 1,000 affordable housing units at the Special Economic Zone.
Thank you, John Jacob Curia. The National Assembly has begun considering the amendments to the electoral system as proposed by the National Dialogue Committee. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill 2024 is part of the pieces of legislation formulated to implement some of the amendments in the NADCO report. Some of the amendments include the members of the selection panel increased from 7 to 9 for a broader representation of interest groups. It also caps the term limits of the CEO to 3 years, as well as sets clear procedures for the delimitation of electoral units. The bill also sets ICT and accounting professional qualifications as mandatory for members appointed as commissioners. The bill, once enacted, will open avenues to recruit new commissioners. More details in this report prepared by Gladys Mungai and Kamcha Menza.
Right now, we are including expanding the panel, which is a good thing. One, to be more inclusive, and two, to also have the voice of the political players, which is a good thing. But that is not enough, Madam Speaker. I will go back again to the issue that we need to change our own mindset as individuals and think about the legacy we want to leave in this country for our children.
Honorable Speaker, this bill has been awaited for by many Kenyans and more so those who are in the political circles and those constituencies that lost their members of parliament or any other electoral positions, and who have not been given a chance to have elections held in those areas.
I welcome the change that has been made now, the amendment to define who the chairperson is. This is in tandem with Article 250, and it also aligns with the Katiba Institute case, which clearly said no other person can be chairperson. And one more minute, and I think on the issue of enlargement of the panel, it makes sense, and I support that particular amendment.
Now, human rights organizations have regretted the continued extrajudicial killings in the country despite a slight reduction in numbers recorded in the year 2023. The number of enforced disappearances has also dropped by more than a half to 10 over the same period.
Wednesday morning at Heinrich Ball Foundation in Nairobi, a group of human rights defenders organizations came together under the theme End Police Impunity. The humanitarian organizations led by Amnesty International Kenya, in a report released on Wednesday, appreciated a reduction in the number of extrajudicial killings recorded in the year 2023.
So in 2023, there were 118 persons who were unlawfully killed, and that compared to 130 in 2022 means a drop of about 9.2%.
Penina Kome, a victim of extrajudicial killing, says our deal in seeking justice.
IJM walinishika mkono na IPOA, tukatembea hiyo safari ya miaka 6 na mwisho nikaweza kupata justice, jambo ambalo sikuwa natarajia.
The group, however, says even though the number has reduced by 9%, cases of extrajudicial killings still occur.
Katiba ya Kenya hairuhusu mauaji ya mtu yeyote, ila inakubali ya kwamba kama mtu amekosa apelekwe katika koti, ili koti ndio itaamua.
The families require even psychosocial support so that they are able to be cancelled.
They now want the Independent Policing Oversight Authority to fast-track the pending extrajudicial cases, and the disbanded Internal Affairs Unit in the police service reinstated to hold errant police accountable.
With the release of the 2023 extrajudicial enforced disappearance, it has proved a level of success in the concerted advocacy intervention.
That story by Jailo Picha brings us to a first break of the bulletin. I'll be back with much more.
Una maana kwamba alipoumia kwa kampuni yako hukujua ameumia?
Angekuja waniripotie. Ulikuja kwa niambia?
Niliumia, yeye ndiye alisema alitisha ambulance nikapeleka hospitali.
Huyu.
Nani? Wewe.
Unasikia vile anaongea?
Bismillahi, mbona wewe danganyi? Mbona mimi amwambia wewe maneno ya bana yangu? Waacha mrongo yako bana.
So, you are nothing, si ndio?
Yes, you are nothing. he called the cools and come and singira us.
Ni sawa mzee, nishasikia nishaelewa.
So then the cools wanted to kill us.
Nimesikia. Wewe.
Are we together mpaka fair?
着急忙慌的来敲我们家门，有急事儿？有急事儿啊，跟我走一趟。今天科学专家这边好像只有我和丁博士来了。本来就没安排你们来，连我都不让来。没发现这全都是军方的人吗？从第一次见你我就觉得保不齐你是一把杀人的好刀。什么时候你还开玩笑？没开玩笑。哎，说不定咱们哥们儿今天可以独领风骚，一鸣惊人，鹤立鸡群，怎么样，日程？时间的尽头。
Thank you for staying with us. The government has reaffirmed its commitment to harnessing the immense talent, energy and creativity of the youth in the country during the launch of the National Youth Council Strategic Plan. Principal Secretary, State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, Ismail Maalim, noted that the National Youth Council Strategic Plan outlines Kenya's vision for empowering young people to become active participants in the national development.
The National Youth Council Strategic Plan unveiled on Wednesday is aligned to the national priorities and the aspirations of the youth in the country.
Regulation and coordination, advocacy, leadership and governance. And these are the reasons and the areas our young people felt we want an institution to represent us, and National Youth Council was born.
Additionally, it emphasizes on the importance of addressing the diverse needs of young people, including those from marginalized communities, persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups.
They are not employed. Majority of them feel marginalized, and especially those who come from marginalized areas like my place. They feel more marginalized. And they have no opportunities of representation.
Principal Secretary, Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, Ismail Maalim, says through the plan, the government aims to create an enabling environment that fosters youth representation, inclusive participation and association across all spheres of life.
Through targeted initiatives in participation, representation and association, we aim to create an enabling environment where every young Kenyan can thrive and fulfill their potential.
He challenged the youth in the country to believe in their abilities and dreams, to break all the ceilings of any limitation.
To the youth of this nation, keep believing in your abilities and dreams, break all ceilings of any limitation, connect with one another by strengthening, broadening and deepening networks locally and globally, and unleash your full potential.
Maalim added that the government is determined to create an enabling environment for the empowerment of local youth to make them self-reliant.
To matters education, where school fees burden and high cost of uniforms continue to hamper the quest for education for a section of secondary school learners in the country. This is according to the latest survey conducted by the civil society organization Usawa Agenda. The survey findings released on Wednesday revealed that parents with children in 43.6% of secondary schools sampled cannot afford to buy their children's school uniforms due to financial constraints. Joseph Wakungu reports.
Usawa Agenda interviewed principals in over 1,300 schools in all 47 counties between July and August 2023 to establish factors that contribute to inequities within the education system. According to the findings, the students in sub-county and county schools failed to attend classes for lack of fees. Additionally, the average price of a set of school uniforms is more than 5,000 shillings, an amount deemed as costly to majority of parents.
We have skewed the way we have distributed our resources in the education sector in favor of the big schools, the national schools, and to the disadvantage of the smaller ones, which are educating majority of the children in the country and remain marginalized, under-resourced, underfunded, and also understaffed.
We have so many other issues, probably even the report might also have brought out. We still have the issue of insecurities in so many parts of the country. The parents are suffering their children. The issues of floods, they are still there right now. Some secondary schools cannot be accessed even during examination time.
The survey also revealed that only 20% of sub-county schools are equipped with laboratories compared to 90% of national schools. On gender and equity in the management of schools, 15% of schools were found to have female chairs on their boards of management.
I think there are issues of prioritization, but there are also issues of just resource and making sure that we show the need.
So you can imagine, schools are supposed to run, students are supposed to, have books, they're supposed to have whatever that capitation is supposed to fund, and we have never reached beyond 60% in giving that capitation.
Meanwhile, the stakeholders in the education sector are calling for the establishment of a community outreach program to spearhead the promotion of national unity and culture of community service. During the first day of the inaugural annual competence-based assessment symposium in Nairobi, they also proposed the realignment of the CBC pathway to the new constitution.
That's one of the reasons we are having this continuous assessment through the competency-based assessment, so that nobody will ever tell us again that, in this school we have finished the curriculum for secondary education in Form 3, and in Form 4 we are simply revising.
We are going to do a major pilot across the whole country in all the 47 counties in the month of June, so that by the end of this academic year, around October, all the schools can get sample papers of what to expect.
The three-day symposium is organized by the Kenya National Examination Council under the theme Shaping the Future of Education, Nurturing Every Learner's Potential through Competence-Based Assessment.
Thank you, Joseph Wakungu, for that report. We go to the scales of justice, where the Asset Recovery Authority is seeking orders from the court to compel former Migori County Governor, that is Okoth Obado, to return some 73.4 million shillings that was allegedly siphoned from the county through fictitious tendering. The authority says in an application filed before the Anti-Corruption Court that the monies were paid to proxies who are believed to be the associates of Obado.
In court documents, the authority argues huge monies were paid from Migori County bank accounts, which benefited his children and close relatives. The authority further points out that 34 million Kenya shillings were removed from the county government and used to purchase a house in Loresho, Nairobi County, and luxury motor vehicles. Some 16 companies, according to the authority, did not win tenders on merit, but were given contracts by the county government. The monies received by those companies went on to benefit the governor and his children, who he paid school fees at different universities in the United Kingdom. When the case came up for hearing before Justice Esther Maina, the court was informed that the parties were negotiating to have the matter settled. The judge directed that the court should be shown a draft of the ongoing negotiations and that the case be mentioned on 6th May 2024.
A look at business now, where the National Cereals and Produce Board has started compensating farmers who bought substandard subsidized fertilizer. Affected farmers are required to lodge formal complaints by filing a claim declaration form at the depot or selling center where they bought the subsidized fertilizer.
Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi early this month directed farmers affected by the substandard subsidized fertilizer and those who purchased from suspended companies to be compensated adequately before rain season ends.
Make sure that farmers do not run costs which really were not contemplated within their budgets, and we'll be able to work out a formula and see how we can really indemnify our farmers.
The CS also warned that the National Treasury will hold on to payments from suspended fertilizer producers until the farms compensate farmers.
Because we have also not paid the money for the supplies. I still have money that was meant to go or to be paid to him.
To kickstart the compensation process, the National Cereals and Produce Board is advising affected farmers to lodge formal complaints by filing a claim declaration form that will be provided at the depot or selling center where they bought the fertilizer. The National Cereals and Produce Board is asking farmers with fertilizer from the suspended companies to present their original national ID cards and evidence of purchase, including exhibits where applicable to NCPB depots or any selling center where they made their purchase. In the case of farmers who procured and have not utilized the fertilizer, they are required to return the product to NCPB stores and be issued with equivalent amount of planting fertilizer. The National Cereals and Produce Board says it has so far distributed 3 million bags of planting and 300,000 top dressing fertilizer for the 2024 long range season to registered farmers.
A look at sports now, where the national under-20 rugby team, Chipu, won their second successive match after beating Tunisia 56-17 during the ongoing Rugby Under-20 Birth Trophy at Harare Sports Club, that is in Zimbabwe. The winner of the 4-team tournament will qualify for the World Rugby Under-20 Trophy in Scotland in July. After falling to an early try from Tunisia, Kenya rallied behind to equalize through Ido Kuta's converted try before that is Michael Wamalwa fired Chipu to the lead with a second try. Alvin Kavoli scored 2 tries to hand Kenya a 26-5 halftime lead. On resumption, Michael Wamalwa, Bramwell Anekea, Willie Tino and Brian Shile touched down once each to hand Kenya the emphatic win. Kenya beat Namibia in the opening match and will face defending champions and host Zimbabwe in the final round robin match on Sunday. The team with a higher number of points will clinch the championship.
And it's an 8-9. Pick and go. Well, oh my word! What a run!
Drive.
Now looking for those shadow runs, but immediately caught up by Wainaina. And there comes out to number 22, and this one surely is going to be try time for number 11 from Kenya.
Top international sharpshooters are expected in the country for the Euro-Africa Level 4 Tier 3 Championships, which will be held in Mombasa. Bamburi Rifle Shooting Club will be the venue of the Global Championships, slated for the April 25th through to the 27th.
The Euro-Africa Level 4 Tier 3 Shooting Championships has attracted more than 200 participants, consisting of disciplined forces, civilians and foreigners from Slovenia, USA, Sweden, Russia and South Africa, among others.
This is a Level 4 type of competition. It is called Tier 4. It is a sanctioned match by the headquarters, which is in USA, IDP headquarters, which is in USA. And for you to attend a sanctioned match, you have to meet a threshold of 200 shooters to hold that kind of event.
Addressing during rehearsal ahead of the championship, Bamburi Rifle Shooting Club Chairman Abdul Hakim Daud confirmed the event has a big turnout of foreigners compared to the other years. The foreigners started arriving in the country from today. The International Defensive Pistol Association Championship is taking place for the third time in the country, and about 120 discipline officers will be participating.
We have so many teams, law enforcement teams. We have DCI, we have Kenya Prisons, we have KWS here, we have Kenya KPS, Kenya Police Service, including the AS2 and DCI ATPU team.
Well, that's where we end the bulletin this morning. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Maria, but be sure to stay tuned. We already briefed you that we'll be having the official opening of the Bunge Towers just shortly, probably between now and 8 o'clock. The President will be there to preside over the official opening of the Bunge Towers. My name is Maria, and hope to see you next week.
Mababu na mashosho wa samane walipenda naga tapila mafacebook au Insta squeezy kabla ulale. Sipotuma text na emoji au mpesa utawachwa. Mapenzi gani yako follow kiko sana unapata make one follow. Ndio maana bado niko single sije nikaumiza wangu moyo. Mapenzi gani yako follow kiko sana unapata make one follow. Mimi bora niwe single. Kutangaza kwa mitandao tandao, maana wale wanaotangaza ndio ugombana kwa mitandao. Kuna wale wanaofeki kwa picha kiwakuta kuna vita. Mkewe analewa malaika na mume wake achita. Wewe mapenzi gani ya kufollow mkikosana unapata follow. Mimi naona bora baki single sije nikaumiza wangu moyo. Mapenzi gani ya kufollow kiko sana unapata make one follow. Mimi bora bora niwe single. Mimi sitaki kupenda. Sijawahi pata penzi la hivi. Hii kitu kutoka sio rahisi, hata kuzama pia sio rahisi. Nahisi nimekulea sana, kweli hivi sio kawaida. Maana wewe hujaachia mwanya, umeniteka umeniba. Ndoto zangu toka zamani kupata mtu kama wewe. Nilalelale kifuani, kichwani atainipa burudani hivi. Oh baby, honey, nasikia baridi mimi. 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 unavyonipa vitu laini na chizika na ulio nayo baby, kuwa nawe nasikia raha, kukupata nasikia raha, so najua unavyonikuna, usiniache nitakesha baa, ndoto zangu toka zamani kupata mtu kama wewe, nilale lale kifuani, kichwani anitawale, ndoto zangu toka zamani kupata mtu kama wewe, atainipa burudani hivi, oh baby, nasikia baridi mimi, oh oh baby, honey, nasikia baridi mimi, oh baby, oh oh honey, nasikia baridi mimi, oh baby, honey, nasikia baridi mimi.
Manzi wote West Africa. Yeah, BTC. Layo, simanawa wasiwaelewi.
Ulini vipu mimi nikakupigia, ukanitega mimi nikakutegua, sasa vipi mbona unanizingua, mimi nakuita tatu unanishunia. Ulini vipu mimi nikakupigia, ukanitega mimi nikakutegua, sasa vipi mbona unanisani sani 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 sani.
Pen. Niache, bado nahitaji kuwa na wewe. Unasikuelewi. Sila sala. Ila tu utenda mami. Sasa kwanza. Manzi wote West Africa.
DJ Unique, the
BTC. Layo, simanawa wamesiwaelewi.
Ulini vipu mimi nikakupigia, ukanitega mimi nikakutegua, sasa vipi mbona unanizingua, mimi nakuita tatu unanishunia. Ulini vipu mimi nikakupigia, ukanitega mimi nikakutegua, sasa vipi mbona unanizingua, mimi nakuita tatu unanichunia. Suri sema unanipenda, moyoni mwako dada umeniweka, sasa vipi nanikana, wakati sina baya mami nilofanya, alipizuri sikutenda, alipi baya nilofanya, sema we, asema we, asema we, usione so, asa kwa nini ufanye hivyo, kwa mie mwana wa mwenzio, asa kwa nini ufanye hivyo, kwa mie mwana wa mwenzio. Ulini vipu mimi nikakupigia, ukanitega mimi nikakutegua, sasa vipi mbona unanizingua, mimi nakuita tatu unanichunia. Ulini vipu mimi nikakupigia, ukanitega mimi nikakutegua, sasa vipi mbona unanizingua, mimi nakuita tatu.
يا حبيبي سلام الله عليك.
Atakayefunga mwezi wa Ramadhani kisha baada ya Ramadhani akafunga 6 min Shawwal, siku 6 katika Shawwal, anapata thawabu kana kasiyami dahari, atapata thawabu kana kwamba huyu mtu kafunga mwaka mzima. Muislamu kishasikia maneno mazuri kama haya, yatakikana uwe na hamu na morali ya kuyatenda yale mazuri.
Kumbuka kuwa funga ni kinga dhidi ya kuingia motoni, na vile vile pia funga ni ibada ambayo inamkurubisha mja kwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Usimtese yatima, ndugu yangu nisikie, simfanyie dhuluma.
Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima tutafuga mbuzi mjini.
Ukizingira shamba yako na ujenge nyumba yako ukiinua juu, hutapatana na magonjwa vile kama nimonia.
Kisha tukuze samaki katika vidimbwi.
Kwa mkulima wa kawaida ambaye anaweka samaki kwenye vidimbwi, anaenda miezi 9 hadi mwaka mmoja. Kumaanisha mfumo wetu wa kufuga samaki ni mzuri mno, kwa sababu kama hapa tunavuna samaki kutoka kwa kila kidimbwi safari 2 kwa mwaka.
Ungana nasi Jumamosi saa 10:30 hapa KBC Channel 1 kwa mseto kamili wa kilimo.
Yes.
You have his eyes.
He does not know you're here.
But truly, we cannot harm Mr. Kaika.
You think?
That will be breaking the law.
How do you think J&J was built?
Alice, if anything happens to me,
You'll what?
I will hound you from 6 feet under.
You had only one job, George.
Wacha kunichekesha hivyo, my ribs still hurts.
You should be grateful that's the only part of your body that hurts.
1 minute tulikuwa na yeye. The next minute ametoka nje. I didn't know you were coming back today.
Nah, I just came in to hand in my resignation letter. If it is about the salary, I can talk to your boss. Not really. It's not about the pay.
Alice really convinced you, huh?
It doesn't look like a very good day for J&J.
He's not alone.
Uko sure kuna Ronald?
Nani mwingine amequit?
Will you tell him or should I, Ronald?
Huyo Kaikara amekuthreaten na nini?
I really wish a day will come when we can all speak in one voice as classmates.
Hey, girlfriend, don't let anyone step on your freedom of expression.
Moving on swiftly.
Aingalwa bana imagine vitenge zabo new couples wenye mapenzi yao bado ni moto moto.
Leave alone couples. Some of our bodies do not look well in vitenge. We can all see that, duh.
Chantel had a nice figure, huh? Oops. Did I say that aloud?
That is a hit song. That is a rap hit song.
The Bunge Tower project was initiated in mid-2009 by the 3rd Parliamentary Service Commission, PSC, 10th Parliament. The Commission, having noted the limited office accommodation for members at Continental House, resolved to undertake the project to mitigate the challenges of office accommodation, especially the need for well-planned and environment-friendly offices, need to accommodate a secretariat to MPs, and to modernize the working environment and conditions in committee rooms and other facilities for the then National Assembly.
Under our 2010 Constitution and the Constitution before, Parliament is mandated to provide services to members of Parliament and staff, and it's in that regard that the Parliamentary Service Commission was set up. In 2013, a foundation stone was laid to construct the Bunge Tower. It has taken time, it has taken resources, it has taken some pain, it has taken some pleasures, but finally, in the 13th Parliament, the Bunge Tower is here and complete. Our President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, has graciously honored the invitation by Parliamentary Service Commission to officially open the Bunge Tower and add to the beauty of Nairobi skyline, add to the beauty of the high-rise structures of Nairobi, and above all, enable Parliament to enhance its work by giving our members of both houses, the National Assembly and the Senate, and our staff, facilities that will make them work even better.
Step back in time with us as we journey through the rich history of Kenya's parliament. A journey marked by resilience, evolution, and the relentless pursuit of democratic ideals. From humble beginnings to the modern chambers that stand as symbols of progress, join us as we explore the transformative journey of Kenya's legislative landscape. Our journey commences in the year 1907 with the inauguration of the Legislative Council in a modest corrugated iron sheet building along White House Road, now known as Haile Selassie Avenue. Over the ensuing decade, the Legislative Council expanded in membership and mandate, mirroring the growing aspirations of Kenya's diverse populace. From the Railway Golf Club, which now occupies the site of the regional council meetings, to the iconic Memorial Hall along Kenyatta Avenue, the council journeyed through various phases of growth and evolution. Fast forward to the present day, where the bicameral parliament, established in the wake of Kenya's independence, stands as a testament to our nation's commitment to representative democracy. The transition from a unicameral to a bicameral legislature heralded a new era of governance, one characterized by increased representation and accountability.
And Independence 1963, we had the National Assembly then. We had the Upper House, which was the Senate, and that started in 1964 on up to 1966. After August 2010, we had the commission chaired by the former Speaker, my Speaker, Honorable Kennedy Marende. I had a team of experts within Parliament, and I set up a team, a strategic team, that was supposed to see what's the future. Because you know now the constitution has been passed, it's 2010. So as a clerk, I had to sit down, have to sit back with my team and say, before you go to the commission, let's put up a team that can be able to map up a roadmap that can be able to give us, one, the first priority. And the first priority was, we are going to have 349 members. And each member will definitely need a seat.
In the period between 2008 and 2009, the Third Parliamentary Service Commission, guided by its 2008-2018 strategic plan, envisaged provision of a good working environment for members of parliament. They embarked on a journey of modernization and renovation, infusing the chambers by cutting-edge technology and the trappings of the information age. The refurbished chambers, unveiled on August 7, 2012, comfortable working environment and seats in the chamber that could support the long sittings, boasted digital congress systems, electronic voting mechanisms, and state-of-the-art broadcast equipment, an embodiment of our commitment to transparency and efficiency. Furthermore, the redesign of the chambers with its horseshoe layout fosters cooperation between opposing sides while preserving the historical symbolism and appearance that have characterized our legislative heritage. It was during this same time that the Bunge Tower was conceptualized.
This project was conceived in the 10th Parliament. At that time, the number of members of Parliament were only 222. And I think even though the Constitution was passed in 2010, when planning was being done, nobody quite visualized the situation of the size of the incoming Parliament with the two houses and the need for more committee work, committee rooms. So that actually was a major shift from what had been provided for there in the initial conceptualization of the project. And of course that meant also some delays.
In a true spirit of democracy, the name Bunge Tower emerged from the voices of the Kenyan people themselves.
The commission made a decision that we do a naming competition. So we advertised for a naming competition and various proposals came in. There were many names that had been given, some which are not very good. But in the end, having assessed the various names, the commission settled on Bunge Tower.
The original design of the Bunge Tower has 224 offices and 11 committee rooms. As the country passes the Constitution of Kenya 2010, designs were modified to accommodate the expanded parliament comprising 349 members of the National Assembly and 67 members of the Senate.
The challenges of Continental House had been noted. And therefore, when the commission decided that this would be built and within Parliament buildings, they identified then the parking. That was the parking for members of Parliament where this building currently stands. And designs were done between the year 2009 and 2010, the initial concepts to design, finalized in 2011, approved by the Commission by 2011, and then the procurement process began in 2012. And this took a while, and we were finalizing this in the middle of 2013. In fact, the contract for this was signed by the then accounting officer and clerk of the Senate in September 2013.
The shape of Bunge Tower is that of a shield. And the shield was inspired by the motto of Parliament, which is for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. So that when we look at the ship and the shield in it, we look at Parliament as an institution that shields its people, an institution that works for the welfare of society.
Let us delve into the myriad offerings of Bunge Tower, which has 26 committee rooms and 331 offices for members of Parliament, fully equipped with space for secretariat and personal assistance offices.
I'm one of the legislators who was housed in the Red Cross offices, a very tiny office. In fact, I could not fit in my office with my staff, and was really looking forward to the finish of this building. Many of us will be able to go there. Our work as Waheshimiwa is actually quite a lot to contribute in the House. And for me personally, this comes as a relief, because then my staff will be able to do their various work, and I will also be able to sit in the office and do my work with adequate space.
Our work involves a lot of paperwork. Therefore, the secretariat position gives me coordinated situation whereby between my secretariat and the committee secretariat is very linked now. Two, from here to my committee room is just this wall is the boundary, meaning it's easy. I can do constituency work and parliamentary work at the same time. We can now legislate. No reason for quorum to be there that you don't have quorum in the chamber, because you now have infrastructure. I believe that should be the position, and my colleagues, I call upon you that we embrace the new infrastructure. Let's make use of it. Let's represent our people. Let's make good legislation for our people.
When we are talking about public participation, we usually have a challenge because we have to go to many different places when we need to hold meetings for public participation. I think this is going to now ease up the pressure on the legislators.
Some of the facilities that are in this Bunge Tower that were conceptualized then and have now been realized, we have parking has been a big problem within Parliament, so we designed basement parking, 4 basement parkings, which can take up to 400 cars. So that is a big facility for members of Parliament. Then we have a library, which we have at the ground floor of this building, which will fairly provide space, additional space for members of Parliament to sit. The library we have currently at Continental House is very limited, it's small. This one will provide for additional sitting space.
Moving up through the floors, we encounter a plethora of amenities, catering to the diverse needs of its users. Committee rooms equipped with state-of-the-art audiovisual systems grace the first 5 floors, facilitating productive discussions and informed decision-making. 4 committee rooms will be fitted with video conferencing facilities to enable remote presentation of evidence to the committees.
My best feature of Bunge Tower would have to be committee rooms.
It was the 28th president of the United States of America who famously said, Woodrow Wilson, who famously said that Congress in session is Congress on public exhibition, whilst Congress in its committee rooms is Congress at work. So if you adapt that to our setting, it's the Senate in the chamber is Senate on public exhibition. The Senate in its committee rooms is the Senate at work, emphasizing, underlining the central place played by committees in processing the work of the Senate and of any legislature. We've had to spend a lot of money to get members, senators' offices outside the presence of Parliament. The inconvenience that occasions to members when they have to crisscross town, get stuck in traffic, trying to attend meetings of committees coming to the chamber for legislative business. We hope that this in large measure is going to be addressed by this completion of the Bunge Tower and our movement into Bunge Tower.
This implies that now parliamentary committees will go back to the tradition where they would largely sit in the precincts of Parliament. This building has almost 30 committee rooms, 18 of which are assigned to the National Assembly. This implies that the 44 committees of the National Assembly will share part of the rooms, committee rooms that have been assigned to our committees, and the rest will use the committee rooms available in Parliament buildings, in the main Parliament buildings, the committee rooms available at Continental House, and the few available at the Protection House. It's an exciting moment to occupy these new committee rooms, to see that our budget will most likely now become manageable.
The fourth floor, an open oasis amidst the urban landscape, invites occupants to bask in natural ventilation and enjoy serene garden furniture, a sanctuary amidst the hustle and bustle of parliamentary proceedings. Health club facilities and expansive dining spaces occupy the subsequent floors, each meticulously designed to foster productivity, wellness, and collaboration. Additionally, Bunge Tower boasts a host of essential services, including air conditioning, building maintenance units, and robust fire suppression systems, ensuring the safety and comfort of all occupants.
What I'm really proud of as an engineer for this particular facility is that we've embraced green building. Green building in terms of energy efficiency systems. We've done the building maintenance, building management systems to actually monitor all operations of the electrical and mechanical equipment. Two, we've embraced the installation of energy saving light fittings, LED fittings. We've also installed motion sensor operated lighting systems in all the common areas, including the parking spaces and offices. We've also done solar water heating. We've also done harvesting of storm water, which is harvested, stored in tanks, treated, and reused in our installations.
Moreover, accessibility features such as wheelchair ramps and dedicated VIP circulation areas underscore Bunge Tower's commitment to inclusivity and equal opportunity for all. Additionally, an underground vehicular and pedestrian tunnel connects the chambers to the MP's offices at Bunge Tower. This strategic addition minimizes the risk of accidents while crossing the road, prioritizing the safety of all occupants and visitors alike. Open to all, this tunnel exemplifies our dedication to fostering a secure and accessible environment for everyone. The vision for Bunge Tower, a fostering symbol of democracy, standing 27 stories tall, was ambitious but faced numerous challenges along the way. From a necessity to revise the initial designs to accommodate the bicameral parliament, inadequate budgetary allocation, litigation at procurement stage, the long arbitration process, unexpected engineering complications at the beginning of the construction, to disputes over delay of payments leading to additional constructual penalty costs, and claims occasioned by extensions of time, the project encountered its fair share of obstacles. The project was managed by the State Department of Public Works.
Major challenges were contractual issues. It's actually a huge project where one contractor was procured to do the main works, the general works. That is China Jiangxi International. And that building comprises so many specialist works, both electrical engineering works and mechanical engineering works. Now, each of those works were contracted to various specialist contractors to do each and every trend. In total, there were 13. Now, harmonizing those 13 subcontracts, all of them signed contracts with the main contractor to be managed by him. Some of the subcontractors had challenges because all of them are local. And the majority of their challenges was mainly financial issues because the quantum of the work is quite huge, and what was required to, in terms of finances, was quite high amounts. So some of them were facing challenges. So there were so many delays.
Despite these challenges, the resilience and determination of our engineers, project teams, and the Parliamentary Service Commission prevailed. Through their unwavering commitment, every hurdle was overcome, ultimately leading to the realization of this monumental achievement.
When I was given the opportunity to become the Speaker of the National Assembly of Kenya in the 13th Parliament through an election, having been in this Parliament for this many years, my target was to finish this Bunge Tower. Together with members of the PSC, the Parliamentary Service Commission, we embarked on a journey of regular meetings, regular inspections. We had some contractors and subcontractors who had moved out of sight. We called them back, and we assigned our commissioner responsible for security and development, Commissioner Patrick Makau, member for Mavoko, a continuous engagement, hands-on, with his committee, and has been reporting back to commission meetings weekly. I personally have been visiting the building, sometimes incognito, sometimes openly with commissioners, to ensure that things are done properly.
We have not seen a speaker before who keeps us on our toes on one thing every day: complete the building, complete the building. We want our members to occupy this building. We want to reduce the public spending that is in hotels.
I would want to specifically thank the chairman, who is Right Honorable Speaker Wetangula, for really putting everything aside and giving a priority to the Bunge Tower. This is one of the towers. This is one of the projects that has been a white elephant for long. And the push that he has done, to an extent that we are now handing over by this Friday, giving room to the members now to be able to transact their business in a conducive environment, is one of the biggest achievements that we can say as a commission we've achieved. So I'm one of the, and I know even our staffs are also happy, because this is something that has been lying for long. So we are so much delighted, and we know things will change.
On an average sitting day, Parliament welcomes approximately 5,000 visitors, a testament to its significance as a center of democratic engagement and public discourse. Recognizing the Parliament's importance of ensuring the safety and security of all individuals within Bunge Tower, the Parliamentary Service Commission has implemented comprehensive security measures. Speaker Justin Muturi, who in the 4th and 5th Commission championed this project through its challenges, alongside dedicated commissioners and staff members, deserves our recognition. Of most significance is the notable transition between leaders who focused on the bigger vision of the institution of Parliament and have ensured continuity of building a people-centered Parliament.
In my reasonably long play in the politics of this country, I've seen whether it's at county level, at national level, many players, when they come to the office, they look for new projects for reasons best known to themselves and quite abandon projects started by their predecessors. That's why the country is littered with stalled projects, white elephant projects, and so on. When I came into this office, one of the handing over notes from my predecessor, Speaker Muturi, now Attorney General, was a highlighted challenge on the Bunge Tower and the CPST construction in Karen. I have, in my tenure, not conceived or started any new project, and I've told the commissioners we shall not do so until these major projects are done, because these are projects that have got a direct bearing on the performance of our members, have a direct bearing on the image of Parliament, and have a direct bearing on the office of the Speaker, past, present, and future.
We must acknowledge the journey that brought us to this moment, a journey marked by challenges and obstacles. In the past, the Parliamentary Service Commission faced funding challenges, which resulted in delays in the completion of this monumental project. However, under President Ruto's visionary leadership, a new era of determination and commitment was ushered in. Recognizing the vital importance of Bunge Tower to both members of Parliament and the public, President Ruto prioritized the allocation of resources towards its completion.
Our president is also a former member of this house, and he knows the history of this tower. He knows the journey we have walked, and therefore it has not been difficult for us to appraise him on the progress. In fact, he has been very keen to know how far we have gone with the tower, whether there are any constraints that can require his attention, and whether there is any positive reactions he can give us to have the tower reach where we are. Thank you, Mr. President, for the support you have given to Parliament, and particularly the PSC, to get to where we are.
And so, as we gaze upon the towering silhouette of Bunge Tower, let us remember the journey that brought us here, a journey marked by challenges overcome, dreams realized, and a steadfast commitment to the values that define us as Kenyans. Bunge Tower, a monument to democracy, progress, and the enduring spirit of the Kenyan people.
missing in
Una maana kwamba alipoumia kwa kampuni yako hukujua ameumia?
Angekuja waniripotie. Ulikuja kuniambia?
Niliumia, yeye ndiye alisema alitisha ambulance nikapeleka hospitali.
Huyu.
Nani?
Wewe. Unasikia vile anaongea?
Bismillah, mbona wewe danganye? Mbona mimi amwambia wewe maneno ya bana yangu? Waacha mrongo yako bana.
So, you are nothing, si ndio?